so deeply about. So now, please join me in welcoming Secretary Hillary Rodham.
Group. Thank you, my friends. Thank you. Last night, I congratulated Donald Trump and offered to work with him on behalf of our country. I hope that he will be a successful president for all Americans. This is not the outcome we wanted or we worked so hard for, and I'm sorry that we did not win this election for the values we share and the vision we hold for our country. But I feel pride and gratitude for this wonderful campaign that we built together. This vast, diverse, creative, unruly, energized campaign. You represent the best of America, and being your candidate has been one of the greatest honors of my life. I know how disappointed you feel, because I feel it too. And so do tens of millions of Americans who invested their hopes and dreams in this effort. This is painful, and it will be for a long time. But I want you to remember this. Our campaign was never about one person or even one election. It was about the country we love and about building an America that's hopeful, inclusive, and big-hearted. We have seen that our nation is more deeply divided than we thought. But I still believe in America, and I always will. And if you do, then we must accept this result and then look to the future. Donald Trump is going to be our president. We owe him an open mind and the chance to lead. Our constitutional democracy enshrines the peaceful transfer of power. And we don't just respect that, we cherish it. It also enshrines other things: the rule of law, the principle that we are all equal in rights and dignity, freedom of worship and expression. We respect and cherish these values too, and we must defend them.
Exclusive. Huma breaks down and weeps openly as she returns to campaign headquarters where she and her aides ran doomed bid to elect Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's closest aide Huma Abedin wept in the street as she approached the failed campaign's headquarters in Brooklyn. The FBI investigation into her pervert estranged husband Anthony Weiner is being cited as one of the reasons for her boss losing. It led to the Clinton email investigation being reopened. It is unclear what Abedin, 40, will do now that her boss's political career is over. She has never worked for anyone else. Abedin made the phony call to Trump's aide Kellyanne Conway, in which Clinton conceded to the president-elect. Minutes after her campaign chairman had suggested there would be no concession, she declared her marriage to serial sexter Weiner over when he sent sexual picture of himself in bed alongside their son to a woman in her 40s. Then DailyMail.com revealed his sex to a girl. 15. Hillary Clinton's closest aide Huma Abedin wept openly in the street on Friday as she returned to the place where the Democratic candidate's campaign was fought and lost. Abedin looked like she had the weight of the world on her shoulders as she visited the campaign headquarters of the failed presidential candidate, after her own stumbles and her husband's sexting habits helped contribute to Clinton's historic defeat. Abedin ventured out of her Manhattan apartment and went to the office 3 days after President-elect Donald Trump shocked the world by defeating Clinton. She approached the tall building with stunning views, which had until Tuesday been filled with staff and volunteers carrying a bag and a purse. The pain and emotion of the situation were clearly visible on the face of the longtime loyalist, despite the dark large-frame sunglasses that covered her eyes. At one point Abedin's lip quivered and she wiped her eyes as she took the emotional journey back to work. It isn't known how long the Clinton campaign office will remain open, or how long a lease the candidate signed. Clinton herself was spotted taking a walk Thursday when a supporter snapped a selfie with the smiling candidate. Abedin has many reasons to take the loss hard. She has been a constant presence at Clinton's side, having worked in her office when she was First Lady, served as body woman accompanying her while Clinton was a senator, and having followed her to the State Department. It has been repeatedly reported that Clinton considers her to be like a surrogate daughter. Other Clinton loyalists and believers were visibly shaken during the candidate's farewell speech on Wednesday. Abedin took on more senior roles with Clinton at state and at the campaign. In hacked emails posted on WikiLeaks, she emerges as Clinton's ultimate gatekeeper, weighing in about top fundraisers and dignitaries seeking face time with the former Secretary of State, while also serving as a conduit of information to the Clinton Foundation. Abedin was suddenly and unexpectedly out of the Clinton bubble after FBI Director James Comey announced just 11 days before the election that the Bureau was taking another look at Clinton's emails. It soon was revealed that the FBI had come across thousands of additional emails related to Clinton while investigating the laptop of disgraced ex-rep Anthony Weiner, who was married to Abedin, though the two are now estranged. As DailyMail.com reported, Weiner, who quit Congress after a sexting scandal, allegedly sent inappropriate messages to an underage girl. After the FBI bombshell, Abedin was suddenly off Clinton's campaign plane for several days, missing high-profile campaign events in swing states with Jennifer Lopez, Marc Anthony, Beyoncé, and Jay-Z. But she re-emerged to hold a Washington, D.C. fundraiser with Vogue editor Anna Wintour on the Friday before the election, where she was photographed smiling. Then, just 2 days before the election, Comey announced that the FBI had found nothing to change its earlier conclusion not to prosecute Clinton, essentially leaving her off the hook, as far as the investigation is concerned. It was Comey who we think may have cost us the election, campaign chair John Podesta said on a post-election campaign conference call, The Hill reported. Abedin was back on the plane for Clinton's final flights, which had the feel of a victory lap as singer Jon Bon Jovi hitched a ride between campaign events, and Abedin laughed at the front of the plane. It isn't known what's in store for the longtime Clinton aide now that her boss isn't going to the White House. While at the State Department, Abedin also was able to get special dispensation to also work part-time for the Clinton-linked firm Teneo as well as the foundation following the birth of her son Jordan, now 4. Campaign employment typically ends immediately after a defeat, as campaign work to pay off vendors and close up shop. Adding to family difficulties, Weiner has been made virtually unemployable by his sexting scandal. He is currently in a rehab facility that treats people with sexual addictions. He left a job at a PR firm after a revolt from fellow partners at the firm, although he has provided televised commentary on politics in New York. Abedin's emotional state may not have been helped by the sight of messages for her failed boss left outside the Brooklyn headquarters. "Thank you, Hillary, and we love Hillary," are just a few of the phrases that were written in colorful chalk outside of her former headquarters. Jenna Lowenstein, a digital director at Hillary for America, explained that she was truly moved by what she saw in Brooklyn. "I held it together all day," she said. "But some little Hillary supporters leaving notes broke my heart." Mina Markham, a senior engineer who worked for Hillary, said the scene inspired her to return to social media. "Breaking my Twitter silence to share this, there are kids and families writing thank you notes in front of Hillary HQ," she wrote. In addition to notes thanking Hillary for her service, people also wrote "Love Trump's hate" and "Black Lives Matter," sending messages of hope to a country that remains politically divided. Abedin's future has more than just career uncertainty hanging over it. Trump repeatedly said before his election that he would appoint a special prosecutor to look into Clinton's email scandal. Separately, an FBI investigation into the Clinton Foundation has been underway for some time, looking at allegations of influence peddling. Abedin's role in the foundation is likely to form a part of that probe, especially when she was paid by it and the State Department. Damaging WikiLeaks emails showed her receiving messages from Doug Band, Bill Clinton's right-hand man who effectively ran the foundation until around 2011, asking for State Department access for what he referred to as friends of ours or good friend, and who were also donors to the foundation. The discussion over the possibility of a pardon for Clinton herself is also uncomfortable, as it would be likely to lead to calls for those who reported to her to be investigated more fully. On the other hand, a pardon for 40-year-old Abedin would effectively end any possibility of her taking part in public life in the future.